Hi guys, let me ask you something like if the authorities, by what I mean by the authorities, if the police, the customs, the anti-corruption agencies, if basically the government if they were to seize what is rightfully yours, would you let them? I think the answer is of course a no, because if you let them seize what is rightfully yours, it can just mean one of two things. What it means is, one, that you are guilty of something, that is why you are afraid to contest the seizure, or number two, you think that you live in a corrupt third world country where authorities are basically thieves, so you don't protest a seizure of your property even if you believe it rightfully belongs to you, because you're afraid of your government, because you think they are thieves. Now, following this line of logic, it really doesn't make sense to me as to why our former Prime Minister, Datuk Sri Ismail Sabri has chosen not to challenge the seizure of 169 million ringgit by the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Agency Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, not agency, MACC basically. If Ismail Sabri insists that this is all just one big giant misunderstanding and the money that MACC seized was never truly his, then why is he not demanding apologies from the media outlets that reported otherwise? That he has not, despite the fact that multiple media outlets in the country have reported that the 169 million ringgit that was seized is associated with him. Is a silent admission that the association between himself and the 169 million ringgit is valid, and if the money did belong to him, because he did not contest the media saying so, if the money did belong to him, then where is his fight to reclaim it? 169 million ringgit is not chump change, guys. It's a huge amount. If it was earned honestly, he should be exhausting every avenue to get it back, not only to restore his wealth but also to defend his integrity. By refusing to get back this 169 million ringgit, he is inviting the public to assume the worst, which is that he is actually guilty of some kind of wrongdoing, a big wrongdoing as a matter of fact, because 169 million ringgit is not a small amount. As someone who used to occupy the highest office in the land, he was the Prime Minister. Ismail Sabri should not need to be reminded of the importance of honor. Every big person should know the importance of honor. An honorable person does not remain passive when his name is dragged through the mud like this. He either defends himself with vigor, or he admits his action, that he actually did it, and then he justifies it. He might say something to say why he had to do it, or he fights. He must fight those who are trying to dishonor him. He must say this entire thing is actually a false accusation that his opponent, his enemy, has levied against him, and he should fight them. Now, if he did none of this, if he's doing none of this and is just doing nothing, as a matter of fact, and just stand silently and allow the stain of dishonor to settle on him, it is basically a guy that is accepting disgrace. In ancient times, nobles, people who actually rule, who were accused of dishonor, would rather fall on their sword or commit ritual suicide. In Japan, they call it seppuku or harakiri. Then live with such shame. Even in modern times, cultures like Japan and Korea still expect public figures to undertake drastic action. You know what I mean, right? Sometimes they just expect you to go inside a room and never come out. Drastic actions in order to restore their honor. Unfortunately, whatever it is, we cannot ask this of our ruling class, our elites in Malaysia. I think it's quite unfortunate, right? But surely, to the very least, we should demand accountability from those who rule us, right? Now, Ismail Sabri, we must ask Ismail Sabri, you must do something. You must act to clear your name. If he is not willing to act to clear his name, then it's us, the nation, that must act to against him. We should declare him as a persona non grata so that his dishonor does not taint us. We should strip him of all the titles, privileges, recognitions, so that history will remember that when we as a nation discovered that we had been represented by a leader who has no sense of honor. We did not stand idle. We took action. We stripped him of his recognition. We stripped him of his title. We stripped him of his honors. Anything less would be complicity. To retain our honor, we have to act to remove our association with from Ismail Sabri with strength. We must clearly show everybody. We must clearly show ourselves that the dishonor upon Ismail Sabri has no bearing on us. It is just him that will wipe the spit off his face as if it was rainwater. But you cannot expect that from the rest of us. We have to do this. Think about it, guys. Anyway, guys, that is all that I have for you today. As always, stay safe, have a good day, and see you again in the next episode. And thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day. Bye bye.